Have you ever went to the gym and you realize that, wow, I'm getting progressively stronger. Like I'm way stronger than I was a month ago, but how come I'm still small? But you keep checking the mirror over and over again, and guess what? It looks like you haven't touched the weight at all. But there is something vital that you are missing that's gonna take your physique to that next level. Is it actually possible to get bigger and stronger in the gym without turning into the Michelin Man or slamming 2 tubs of whey protein? If you're just like me, I wondered this exact same thing when I was skinny and I had no idea what I was doing. This video that you're watching right now, I wish I had this like 4 years ago when I was getting started. So guys, this video is gonna be broken down into 3 main parts. We're gonna talk about strength versus mass, diet, and then common mistakes is gonna be the last part. Let's get into it, man. Now, how are these seemingly skinny individuals benching crazy amounts of weights? It doesn't make sense. And guys, this is gonna come down to strength versus mass. You right now watching this video, you definitely experienced this. Have you ever went to the gym and you realize that, wow, I'm getting progressively stronger. Like I'm way stronger than I was a month ago, but how come I'm still small? You keep hammering the weights, thinking somehow you're just gonna put on crazy lean mass, but you keep checking the mirror over and over again, and guess what? It looks like you haven't touched the weight at all. And it's very important that we understand this principle right here, guys. Strength and mass actually don't have very much correlation as you think it does. Now, I'm not saying that they don't correlate at all, meaning you can be crazy mass and weak. That's not what I'm saying at all. Let's take popular YouTuber Anatoly, for example. Just looking at this guy's physique, if I told you that this man can deadlift 620 pounds while eating 2 meals a day, would you even believe that? Absolutely not. You'd call me crazy, and as you should. This means if you are going to the gym and you are getting progressively stronger, that is a positive change. But there is something vital that you are missing that's gonna take your physique to that next level. Not only do we want to increase in strength, guys, we also want to look bigger. We don't want to be stronger and then still look like we can't even lift up a fork. And guys, that brings me to the next section of this video, diet. This right here is going to be a game changer for all of my fellow skinny guys out there, man. You guys really need to listen up because we're about to get into some fire right here. Now that we have debunked the strength versus mass argument, we need to understand how we're going to be able to put on a healthy amount of mass without turning into the Michelin Man and without having to stuff down 2 tubs of protein a day. That way we can pack on sexy lean muscle while also increasing our strength, because we want to see a correlation between the two. And guys, this is actually very easy to do. Given that you are training with the required intensity to stimulate muscle growth, which I'm not going to get into this video, the most important thing that you can do to actually start putting on mass as well as strength is increasing your calories. Now, it's at this point in the video, a lot of you are gonna be like, well, duh, I already know that you need to eat more. But just hear me out for a second. There is a way that we can do this very methodically, very easily, and scientifically. That way we're not putting on fat and having to slam down 1,000 extra calories a day. And unfortunately, guys, we're gonna have to study physics real quick, so just bear with me. This comes down to the law of thermodynamics. You cannot create something out of nothing. When a skinny individual is gaining in strength, but he's not growing in mass, it means one thing. You are not satisfying your body's growth mechanism. And we're gonna talk about how exactly to satisfy the growth mechanism. So the logical question that we need to answer is, how do I actually start to eat? How many calories do I need? And this is what we're gonna break down, man. So the first thing we need to do is we need to start off by finding your daily caloric maintenance level, okay? So your daily caloric maintenance level is the amount of calories needed to sustain your current physical physique, not your strength. This has nothing to do with strength just yet. All right, and here's a step-by-step guide to figure out your daily caloric maintenance. So we're gonna use this man Joe as an example. All right, so day 1, Joe eats 1,900 calories. On day 2, Joe eats 1,700 calories. Day 3, he eats 2,800 calories. Day 4, he eats 1,800 calories. And finally, on the last day, Joe eats 1,400 calories. So what we're gonna do with this number here is we add up all of the calories from days 1 through 5, and you need to do this for yourself. And then we divide by 5 and we figure out that Joe's daily caloric maintenance level is 1,920 calories. So what this means to Joe is, If he were to consistently eat 1,920 calories, he would not gain or lose weight. And that last part there, pay attention, is very important. If he does not gain or lose weight. So when you're doing this for yourself, you need to weigh yourself on the beginning of day 1 and then in the morning of day 6. If your weight has not changed, that means you have just figured out your daily caloric maintenance level and you are on your way to adding some clean mass. So I want you to make a conscious, disciplined decision for the next 5 days. Eat as normal as possible and track every calorie that you eat as specifically as possible, okay? Guys, don't get caught up if you can't really measure everything. Just be as accurate as you possibly can. So do not fret if you can't get every ounce down to the last microgram, okay? We need to just make sure that we have a good baseline. So be as accurate as possible, as this is only gonna help you. Now, if you are an athlete, you will probably make the argument, but Ace, I'm training 6 hours a day. I'm a D1 athlete. Yes, that's perfectly okay. Because we have calculated this on a caloric maintenance average, this is gonna take into account all the exercise you do on a day-to-day basis. Regardless, you are still increasing your calories 300. All right, moving on. So we figured out that Joe, he needs 1,120 calories in order to maintain his current physique. So in order for Joe to actually start putting on lean mass, we need to increase calories by 300 to 500 calories a day. That's it. It's not 1,000, it's not 2,000. It's just 300 to 500 calories. That's it. So guys, now take out your pen and papers because we're doing a math lesson, okay? So we have 1,120 calories. That is the daily caloric maintenance level. We must add on 300 to 500 calories on average a day. All right, if we add up the math from Joe, we figure out that Joe needs to eat between 2,220 to 2,420 calories a day in order not to just maintain his current physique, but to start building on lean mass. And another logical question you might have here is, Ace, why is it 300 to 500? Why is it not 800? Why is it not 2,000? And I'm gonna explain that. And the reason we are increasing only 300 to 500 calories is because muscle growth rarely ever exceeds more than 28 grams a day. Now, 28 grams comes out to around 216 calories. If we wanted to be as specific as possible, we would say 216, but we definitely want to be shooting a little bit higher than that because of one, genetic variation. Also, we just want to make sure 100% we know for a fact that we are satisfying the body's growth mechanism. So that's why we choose 300 to 500 calories. This is a very rare case, but there are some individuals who will not see mass increase. But don't fret, that's not going to be you most likely. But if you are such a rare individual, it's okay, just increase 200 to 300 calories and then you'll start to see that mass come on. Okay, the final part of diet, we need to understand where are we getting all these calories from? Surely we can't just eat 300 to 500 calories of Twinkies every day and expect to get better results. And you're right, so let's break it down. In order to build lean mass while also increasing in strength, it is scientifically found that a 16-25-15 diet is the best. Now, 60% of this is going to come from carbohydrates, 25% is going to come from proteins, and then the final 15% is going to be your fats. I think it would be 100% fair for me to explain why the emphasis on carbs rather than proteins, because I'm sure we've all heard that you need to be eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and we think that protein is just this super drug that we need to be eating in order to put on lean mass. So I'm gonna break that down for you guys, why protein is not as important as you think it is. The preconceived notion that you must be eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is a fallacy, guys. The reason this is the case is because the human body actually does not use more than what it needs. Let's say this, for example. If you are such an individual that requires 10 milligrams of vitamin C to sustain themselves, and you take a 100 milligram tablet of vitamin C, this will not force your body to use all 100 milligrams. It won't. And this is the same thing for all your macronutrients, including proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Your body will not be forced to use more than it needs. What will happen though is you're gonna store all those excess calories as fat. Or in other quantities, you're just gonna end up pooping it out, puking it out at the worst case, and then peeing it out. All right, so we're gonna sum up everything that we just went over in this chapter here. Guys, Diet, this is a very crucial part. This is the most important part when it comes to putting on mass, not strength, mass, so you look big. Step 1, figure out your daily caloric maintenance level. And remember, we must calculate all the calories from 5 days, divide by 5, okay? That's gonna be our daily caloric maintenance level if we have not gained weight. And then what we wanna do is make a conscious, disciplined decision to add on 300 to 500 calories every single day, where we have 60% coming from carbs, 25% coming from protein, and then the rest of the 15% coming from fats. If we can do all of those things that I just explained there, you're gonna be very, very happy with your results. You're gonna put on lean mass without putting on a crazy amount of fat and looking like the Michelin Man. So this will bring me on to the third and final part of this video, common mistakes and maybe some roadblocks you might run into. The first error you could possibly make is incorrect training. If you find that you're doing everything I'm saying in this video, you're following it to a T, you figured out your maintenance level, you're adding on 300 to 500, you're getting your 60, 25, 15% ratio perfectly, and you're not putting on lean mass, this is a training issue, not a diet issue. Before your body even begins to grow extra muscle, you need to give it a reason to grow extra muscles. Guys, and the only way to do that is training with the proper amount of intensity. If you don't activate the growth mechanism inside the body before you start to eat a lot, what you're going to do is not use that extra 300 to 500 calories for growth. You're just gonna use it as either waste or you're gonna get fat. So step 1, even before diet, even before anything I've talked about in this video, is to train with the correct amount of intensity. Now, I can make a whole hour-long video of what that actually looks like, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for you guys. Guys, in order to activate the body's growth mechanism, all you require is minimum of 1 set to failure per exercise. What I mean is, if you're hitting chest and tries one day, you have to hit failure minimum once on chest and minimum once on triceps. If you can do that, that is enough to give the body a reason to grow. And then at that point, that 300 to 500 extra calories that you're consuming a day will be used for muscle repair rather than just going to waste and being restored as fat or just getting pooped out. The second most common mistake is going to be overtraining. If you find that everything is working, you're putting on strength, you're getting incredible lean mass, but all of a sudden you're hitting a plateau, this could be due to overtraining. The solution to combating a plateau, guys, is not eating more. It is not adding more volume onto your sets. That doesn't even make sense. Because you have just incredibly increased the amount of stress that you've put on your body, you're going to require more rest days. So start to periodically add more rest days into your program until you see that the gains are going to start growing again. That is how you break through the plateau. It's not more volume, it's not more sets. It is more rest. And the third most common mistake is overeating. Now this one is super simple. If you find that you're actually getting stronger, you're putting on lean mass, you're starting to really look big and strong at the same time, but now you're starting to put on some fat, guys, super easy. Tone back 200 to 300 calories because you might actually be eating more than you think you are, okay? This is why it's important to figure out that maintenance level and just add 300 to 500. If you are such an individual that puts on fat at a crazy rate, it's okay. Just tone back 200 to 300 calories, resume training as usual. And there we have it, guys. This is the most straightforward guide from going from skinny to jacked without putting on a crazy amount of fat and turning into the Michelin Man. And do not think that you can watch this video one time and then boom, you're gonna understand everything. Guys, you need to watch this video multiple times so these ideas can stick into your head. That way you can start implementing them very easily and safely. Also, guys, if you need any help with your diet, with your exercises, you feel like you're plateauing, you feel like you're not getting the results that you want, guys, go ahead and join my completely free Skool community. I've dropped a full course in there. You have access to me one-on-one, and we'll be able to game plan how you can take your physique to that next level. I can help you with diet and everything like that. So if you need help, please reach out to me in the Skool group. All right, but cool. Guys, it has been your boy Ace Fitness, man. This video, it's been a long time coming. I put a lot of time, put a lot of research into this, man, for you guys. So if you could drop a like, that'd be super helpful. It's gonna let me know if you guys actually enjoy these type of videos, man. But all right, peace.